Hello, everyone. I hope everybody had a great week. And today we're going to be talking about the divisional round in the NFL playoffs. So stay with me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast. This is episode 4 of the Jordantalks podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the divisional round of the playoffs that took place this past weekend. I know it's Friday or Saturday at the time of this recording, but I just had to let everything simmer down before I can make another podcast about football. So the first topic I want to get into is to talk about the Ravens win. The Ravens beat the Texans 34-10, and Lamar Jackson, if I could pull up the stats right here, had 152 passing yards, 100 rushing yards, and 4 touchdowns. At this point, I feel like Lamar doesn't have to throw or run a certain amount of yards. He's just doing what he has to do to win. And that's what I like about Lamar. Lamar just doing what he has to do to help his team. And he's doing that game in and game out. And I want to see that go into the conference title where he faces the Chiefs. I don't see Lamar actually looking for anything. He's actually just going with the flow of the game and just letting the game come to him. On the other hand, the Ravens defense have done a great job of containing quarterbacks that they go against, especially C.J. Stroud, Brock Purdy, and other elite quarterbacks they went against. C.J. Stroud went 19 for 33 and threw for 175 yards, and that's how much they held him to. And they also didn't even give nothing up in the rush game. They only had 22 rush yards. The Texans only had 22 rush yards. Excuse me. So the Ravens defense played a big part in those games as well. And I feel like with this team, this is like the most complete team that the Ravens had in a while. And I feel like this is the year that they will make a Super Bowl run and possibly win it. So we're going to head over to the NFC where the 49ers played the Green Bay Packers in a divisional round. And they won 21-24, and it was off of a interception by Greenlaw, the linebacker for the 49ers, in the end of the game. Jordan Love threw a pick to him. The Packers had chances to capitalize. I feel the Packers came out firing, and I feel like throughout the game they had missed opportunities. You had a missed field goal, and you also had defense getting stops where the offense can actually come onto the field and make it like a 2-possession, 3-possession game. So Packers failed to do that, and 49ers were able to come back and actually beat them by exactly 3 points, which I mentioned earlier. The field goal would have probably tied this game up and sent it into overtime and gave the Packers another chance. So that would just miss opportunities for the Packers. I feel like the Packers long term will be very good, especially with Jordan Love at quarterback. I've seen Jordan Love do special things at quarterback, and he's very special for that team, especially with Matt LaFleur as the head coach. I feel like the Packers going to have another set of years where they're going to be winning. In the game, I've noticed that Brock Purdy was actually poised. Although they lost, they were losing the whole game. Brock Purdy still found a way to manage the game, so to speak, and actually get the ball to his receivers. Even with Deebo Samuel out with an injury, Brock Purdy still found a way to get the ball to Kittle, get the ball to Ayuk, and even with Jennings as a receiver stepping up in the game, somebody who you usually don't see in the 49ers receiving corps getting a lot of catches and getting a lot of recognition for what he does. But Jennings played a big part in that game as well, especially driving somebody to a Gatorade cooler. The Lions won that game 23-31. And Jared Goff threw 30 completions for 287 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Baker Mayfield threw for 26 completions, 349 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Once again, it's just another way to just say that the quarterback's doing what he got to do to win. Jared Goff won that game solely because he knew what it took. Baker Mayfield, 2 interceptions actually hurt him. The Lions actually capitalized off of that and got a couple touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs was also a big factor in the Lions offense as well. He had 9 rushes for 74 yards and 1 touchdown. And he also had receptions coming out the backfield. Lions defense was also very well too. Just like I said, they forced 2 interceptions from Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield wasn't able to manage the game the way he wanted to. So that's how the Lions actually won. Now they're moving on to the NFC Championship to play the Baltimore Ravens. The Chiefs beat the Bills as we head into this AFC matchup. Chiefs beat the Bills 27-24. This game went exactly like the Packers and 49ers. But the Chiefs and Bills was trading scores, and I felt like the Bills also had chances to capitalize. They had a field goal missed by Tyler Bass. They also had a couple of passes that could have been completed later in the game, especially to Stephon Diggs. The Bills, I feel like the Bills still are going to be a great team moving forward. It's just that they're going to have problems trying to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. They've been having problems beating the Chiefs in the playoffs ever since. Pat Mahomes is actually having a very great game. If I pull up his stats right here, he has 17 completions for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns, compared to Josh Allen's 26 completions, 186 yards, and 1 touchdown. Pat Mahomes just knows how to win. He's done it a lot. He has 2 Super Bowls for a reason, and I feel like that he's going to carry that into Baltimore against Lamar, and that's going to be a great game between those two, man. They want just who wants it more. So with that being said, I do have my conference title predictions. We got 49ers against the Lions in the NFC. I would take the 49ers to win, all because they have a more complete team. Their defense is very much stacked. The Lions, I feel like this is just the end of their Cinderella story. They're going to lose to the 49ers in San Francisco. They're not at home like they was in the entire playoff run. And they're going to lose I got them losing to the 49ers. For the AFC title game, I have the Ravens or Chiefs. Ravens are going to I feel like the Ravens are gonna just win this. They're gonna be in Baltimore. Like I said, the defense is just a big factor, and I feel like this whole playoff run, Patrick Mahomes hasn't faced a defense like that. The Ravens very much are going to put pressure on Mahomes, like he never seen before this playoff run. And Lamar Jackson is just gonna play the way he play, and he's only playing to win, not to pad no stats or anything. That's all for my podcast this episode. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.